We are a mid-size, full service, generalistic CRO. So when we got, if we're talking about the situation with an RFP and doing preliminary feasibility and deploying, having like a theoretical deployment of the study in terms of countries and sites and so on. For us, it's quite unlikely that we would have like a recent experience in that particular clinical setting in terms of disease area, geographic area, therapeutic intervention, and so on. So we would be very dependent on getting sort of the clinical trial landscape and setting for each separate RFP that we receive. And I'm the one who would have to do that. And that, as you can imagine, that would be quite upstream to a lot of other activities that we need to do, because the number of sites and the number of countries and the particular countries would determine a lot of the estimates in terms of monitoring costs and yeah, I mean, the budget is very much depending on the number of countries, for example, or number of sites, obviously. So a lot of other people in Link would not be able to do their work until I have sort of put together, this is where we are going to suggest where the study is going to be run. So that's upstream, and that puts a lot of time pressure on me to produce this. Now I would spend maybe a few hours on this work, and without it, it would be, I don't know, I think probably a day or so, or like 8 hours work to put together. We save non-billable hours, which is really important for us to be an efficient CRO. So with TrialHub, I get everything sort of at my fingertips. I can, looking in this more or less the same search, I can look at feasibility in terms of countries, where should we put the study in terms of countries, where have the experience, what is the startup time, what is the recruitment rate, and so on. At the same time, I could go to that, look at where are there sites active now, for example, in this disease area. Even look at are there identifiable investigators that we could contact. All this I can do in a very short time, because the platform is so user friendly, I would say, and also the download and the saving into Excel spreadsheets and so on is really nice, very efficient, which means that I can both save the searches in the tool, but also locally, and then continue to do summaries or even like slides. Information that normally you would have to go and make sort of a manual search for literature, and you would have to look in and find different publications to find the information. Here you could just type in the questions like, what is the prevalence of non-small cell lung cancer in Europe? And I think the results you get is really impressive, and it's much better than I would have expected at this sort of stage of AI development.